semen retention, way of the warrior. I know this may be kind of a taboo subject, and many people look at it in many different lights, but this is a subject that I've really been interested in for a fair while now, and I've literally listened to hundreds of different personal testimonials of different guys, mainly here on YouTube, and even friends that I have in my own personal life. Now, after viewing so many testimonials from so many people, you kind of gather information and you kind of find out as a whole how powerful this practice really is. This is something I've been practicing in my own life, and from my own personal experience, I've had some profound shifts and some amazing transformations, and I think this is the path for me in my life, and I think this is the path for most men, and what most men should be taking action on in their life. You see, your sexual energy is literally the most potent and powerful superhuman energy you have literally been given as a man. So many men are just wasting their seed and are addicted to, ejaculating on a regular basis. And, it may not seem like it's having an effect on your life, but any addictive behavior, any behavior that has you in a vice, does have a massive impact and a dramatic effect on your life, whether you know it or not. And the only way you can really come to realize this is when you stop the behavior, when you stop the addictive behaviors. This is when your eyes and your mind is really open to how it was holding you down. So going into a little bit of my personal experience with SR and how it has affected me in my life, I am going to touch on some basic things, but I'm going to let you guys know that I'm going to be making a lot more videos on this subject, because it is something that I'm deeply invested in and deeply passionate about, and I believe it is something that is powerful beyond words. You see, it's a fundamental law of nature to want to reproduce. That's literally what we've been born to do, to reproduce and procreate. When you gain the self-discipline to not constantly be chasing the feeling of how an orgasm feels, and you harness that energy, you're able to take it and transmute it into anything you may be doing in life, whether it be a sport or a course you're studying, or literally anything you can think of, anything you're pursuing in life. You can take that energy and put that energy into what you're doing, and this is the thing that's going to help you excel and go forward. You see, it's not an easy road though. It's not an easy road, because for yin there's yang, for light there's dark. So for the good there's bad, and you may see a lot of guys talking about all the benefits, but with those benefits there do come things that aren't so beneficial, especially when you first start to break the addiction. When you first break the addiction, the first couple of weeks is going to be the hardest, but then it kind of tapers off and it becomes like a normal, becomes easier, and temptations don't rise to such a high level, and it just becomes easier in general. Like, you adapt to it, but that's not to say the benefits stop. I believe the benefits just keep rolling on into your life. So with any addictive behavior, guys, when you first stop it, it's going to have an impact on your life. If you've been smoking for however many years, or taking a certain drug for however many years, or addicted to bad thinking patterns, or addicted to junk food, when you first stop it, it's going to be extremely difficult. And this is the hardest part of it, first stopping it. And this is where the most struggle, in my opinion, is. The things that I experienced was increased aggression, feeling more uptight, having kind of a shorter fuse. But in saying that, I never really, lost my temper or blew up, even though it does, in a sense, create a shorter fuse. But, like more irritable. So these are kind of the things that I've noticed when I stopped this addictive behavior. But on the other side of the coin, there is so many benefits. As most of you probably know, if SR something you've been looking at and researching, are things like, increased energy levels, more magnetism, more attraction from the opposite sex, and even the same sex, even more, you notice even animals, life form itself just being attracted to you, because you're literally charging your energy field. You're literally storing your energy on an etheric level. It is going to be very important to physically exert yourself when you're on this practice, because if you don't have a way to release, then it's going to be so much harder for you to, harness your sexual energy. So anything that's going to help you break a sweat, like, the gym is, for me, the place of home. Running, skipping, lifting weights, building muscle. This is where I exert my energy. But for you, it may be different. Maybe, something like a sport like football, baseball, or soccer. It can literally be anything kind of creative. You can take your energy and use it for anything creative. It changes the physiology of your whole being. That's what it does. So this is kind of my basic introduction to semen retention and my very, very basic thoughts on it. There is a whole world more of information. I'll be making videos on this subject in the future. But for now, this is the basics, the introduction to semen retention, and I hope you guys have enjoyed my perspective on it. This is a practice that has truly changed my life for the better. This is a lifestyle that I live by now. It's something that's changed my life so dramatically that I will implement it for the rest of my life. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're into this practice and want to know more about it, because there's a whole world more of it about to come out of my mouth into your ears and eyes. So look forward to it, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.